Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about something that I feel is really important, especially for new CNAs or new nurses, patient care techs, whatever you are. And that is burnout and avoiding burnout as a new nurse or new CNA, patient care tech, um, QMA, whatever you are. I feel like when you are a new employee, especially within the healthcare field, you feel this need to please your manager, obviously, because you want to make a good impression and you want to be known as the person who is helpful and that they can count on and rely on, which is good. I'm not saying that it's not, but especially when it comes to picking up extra shifts and dealing with mandations and things like that, being mandated to stay after your scheduled shift is over, I feel like it's important to realize that you can say no, and sometimes it's good to say no. When I was working at the nursing home, there were a lot of times when um, pretty much every shift before I got sick and had to go on medical leave, pretty much every shift they were calling me. They would call up to the nurses station and they would ask if I could stay over or stay for an extra shift to basically do a double, so 16 hours. Um, and it's good financially, but over time it really starts to wear you down and you start to feel like you live at work, and you need to have a really healthy work and life balance, because like I said, while it's good financially and you're getting paid pretty well for overtime and being there, um, mentally and physically, it's not that good for your body for you to constantly be working, constantly be dealing with the stress of the medical field. Because let's face it, our profession as CNAs or nurses, just anybody in the healthcare field really is, it can be very stressful at times, and you deal with a lot of emotions and different situations that people who have a normal job, like working at Starbucks or working in an office, or in a retail setting, something like that, they don't really have to deal with those types of things on an everyday basis. I mean, when you're interacting with people, you do, but we have, critical situations like where you have to do CPR in order to save somebody's life or something like that. And things like that are very, very stressful sometimes. But, you know, we stepped into this profession, so we're willing to go the extra mile to take care of our patients and our residents. I just feel like, you know, I used to always feel like I had to say yes. And so most of the time I did. And then I noticed that if I would say no, then it's like they would get an attitude with me or they would get upset with me. And I got mandated once at the nursing home. The other times they were going to mandate me if I hadn't just agreed to do the extra shift. But there were weeks where, on a paycheck, I had worked over 100 hours, and that is seriously insane when you consider that, a double 2 weeks is 80 hours and you're working over 100 hours. I know people who worked way more than I did. I know people who did it willingly. And I just feel like it opens you up to so many things because, your body is so stressed out. You're not getting enough sleep. That brings down your immune system. You're not able to fight off illness as easily, or as efficiently as you were before. And I just feel like, as somebody who's new, you get into this field because you love helping people. Um, at least most of the time, people that I meet don't get into this field, um, or don't stick around in the field if they just want money, because we don't get paid enough for what we do. Um, all of the things that we go through and all of the things that we deal with on an everyday basis when it comes to interacting with patients and their families, we don't get paid enough. So I don't know. I just feel like it's important to realize that you can say no. Don't feel guilty for saying no to an extra shift. If you have been working and, you are feeling stressed out, it's not good to sit there and consistently work and constantly, you know, put off taking care of yourself and taking time for yourself to rest and recuperate from these strenuous shifts, because CNA work And even nursing, a lot of the times at the hospital that I work at, the nurses do everything that the CNAs would do if we are with other patients or, if they are helping us. A lot of times the nurses will help us roll the patients back and forth, um, or help us reposition. And, it's very physical work, especially when you get patients who are obese or overweight. It's just very physical, and you need that break. You need the time to recuperate from every single shift. And you need to make sure that you're getting enough sleep and eating a healthy diet. I think those things are really important too. But just be aware that burnout is something that happens to a lot of people because you feel like you can't say no, but you definitely can. Um, I have not, had any of the same situations that I had at the nursing home ever since I started working at the hospital. I feel like moving from the nursing home long-term care setting to the hospital is maybe one of the best moves I could have made. Not only because they have better benefits and things like that, better pay, but the whole environment and atmosphere is much better. I don't really get to form as close of a bond with my patients at the hospital as I did with my residents at the nursing home. But in the end, I feel like it's better for me, and it is a better move to help me to stay more healthy. So let me know what you guys think. Do you have any tips for people who might be suffering from burnout? Is there any questions that I can answer for you as a new CNA or a new nurse? Um, Obviously, I'm still in nursing school, so I'm not a nurse, um, but I will be glad to answer any questions that I can or try to refer you to somebody who can answer your questions for you. But with that being said, that's all I have for this video. If there are any other nursing related topics, CNA related topics, questions that I can answer, anything that you would like me to talk about, let me know in the comments below and I'd be glad to address them for you. And I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again soon.